What's up guys, it's your boy EcoTube here, back at it again with another video, but this time we're going it after Call of Duty Warzone. Alright, and this is going to be a kind of beginner's guide so that you guys can get some type of slight advantage so you guys know what you are doing in this. So, let me just start off by saying, I'm sorry I haven't been uploading. I'm gonna try and upload more. It's just things have been, happening and all that stuff. So I will be trying my best to be able to upload more. But yeah, let's get right into it. Now, one of my first tips that I want to give you, okay, is when you are playing Battle Royale, correct? Do not, when you're out in the open, do not run in a straight line. Always be moving, sliding. And the way to slide is while you're sprinting, which is by clicking the left stick. When you are sprinting, if you hold circle, you actually start sliding. Makes you go faster and also harder for people to hit you. If you double click L3, it'll allow you to do a tactical sprint for a couple seconds, correct? And then there's also the other thing of you have to learn how to customize your weapons. I'll be doing a separate video on that of some of the on some of the better weapons that you can do. Now, when you get the game, it will show up that it is plunder. Don't worry about plunder. It does have some things that are good, but I will be making a video on plunder too to show you guys what happens in plunder and all that stuff. Now, currently in the footage that you are seeing in the background, I'm going into the gulag. The gulag is basically a place where currently I'm playing Battle Royale solos, but if let's say you're in a squad and you guys all die, they can sometimes watch you fight somebody else, or you can help them. So it's best to give them the callouts, right? In this, you're by yourself. So what you have to do in this, you actually have to battle for your life, basically. Most of the time it's pistols, but here's the thing. You guys spawn on opposite sides, as you can see, correct? And the maps are always different. They aren't the same. Sometimes they are the same, but most of the time they are not the same. Now, that little hit marker that showed up on the screen, it is very important that you remember where you were at the time that you threw whatever you threw, because then you would know, oh, he's over there. Alrighty, and if you win in the gulag, you actually come out, you are released, and then you go back and you start looting again, get all your weapons. Now in this case, I got a weapon loadout drop, which is $6,000, and I got glitched here for a little bit. But the loadout drop lets you choose a specific loadout that you actually want, to use and stuff. So if you want a special loadout drop, you can buy it for $6,000. Now, I will be explaining in the loadout video the currency and how it works. Okay, I might explain it a little bit in this too. Now, you always have to check behind you and use your map in this, because as you can see, I got flanked, and you also need to know a ton of things. Now, in this current clip, I am actually running around and going into a car. And this I was playing with one of my friends, Ish. You guys should go and subscribe to him. His YouTube channel is Lime Slime. You guys should really subscribe to him. He's a really good guy and all that stuff. We were playing together and we got in a car. Now, how cars work is you use R2 to drive, L2 to use the brakes, basically kind of like the basics, right? But here's the thing, don't jump off of a cliff expecting it to kind of glide. When you jump off of a cliff, it goes down very, very quickly. So always be aware of that when you're doing anything. Now, if you click L1 and R1, you can use a special kind of attack type thing. This that I'm currently using, I picked up. It's called a recon drone. It marks people and where they're at. So basically, it really does help with a lot of things. But There are many things, like in cars, when you are driving the car, it has a handbrake. Handbrake, it isn't really that useful, it doesn't slow you down much. It's more or less kind of to help you drift, I guess. But this is also a good example. Always check your corners. Because I ran into this room and I got lasered in the back. I got him, but the guy lasered me in the back. So it would have been better if I would have been aware and checked my corners. Now, what happens when you're driving a car is when you hit somebody, it's an instant knock, okay? But if you run them over again, it'll be an insta kill, all that type of stuff, right? But I will. Sorry guys, it's actually taking me like 30 minutes to upload this just because of the fact that I've accidentally deleted the recording every single time, so sorry about that. But when you are in the gulag, one of the best things to do is when you see your teammate in the gulag, best thing to do is if somebody throws down a C4 or a claymore, explode that claymore by throwing rocks at it. You can also throw rocks at the enemy, which will deal damage, about 1 damage. You do get released if you win. If you are in the gulag and it says waiting for opponent, that if that timer runs out, you go back into the game automatically. Another thing is that blue bar that I have, it's actually your armor. And that has a lot of armor. So I'm pretty sure it gives you 75 per armor. I'm not sure about that, don't quote me on that. It does give you about 250 extra health, right? Because so you will technically have 350 health, right? And in this game, if you do not have armor, it is best to play passive and not aggressive, because the chances of you dying are extremely high. Now, as you can see, I'm getting hunted, and that threat bar is at 2. That means that the people that are trying to kill me are close. The closer you have them, the worse it is for you, because then that probably means that they are coming for you. Now, if that is at 1 bar, they're far away. If it's at 2 bars, they're pretty close. If it's at 3 bars, that means that they're really close, right? And one good thing to do is to always make sure that you are aware of what you are doing. You can only go into the gulag once, and if you're in solo, then you're screwed. If you go into the gulag and you lose but you have teammates, they can buy you back for a fine of $4,500. Now, I will be talking about that system in this game mode called Plunder. I will be talking about it in that video because I will do some type of beginner guide or tips and tricks in Plunder. Plunder is very fun, but I will be making a completely separate video about it, and I will be explaining to you the buying physics of the game, of how to buy things. Now, as you can see here, I'm in a truck. This truck is actually, I classify as the best because it's a 1-seater, I'm pretty sure, and your teammates can actually hop in the back of the truck and like support you, and if they actually lay down prone, it is impossible for people to hit you unless they are shooting at you from the back. Now, in the truck, it is also very hard to physically shoot like your person, because of how tall it is, and also, you know, it makes it more difficult. Something else that happens with it is many things. Now, in this sniping part, I am using a thermal. The thermal basically lets you see people's, like, you know, lets you see people. If they have cold-blooded, you cannot see them. Now, right here, I will be showing you when you are shooting, drop it. So, like, you guys drop. Now, in the bottom right corner, you see that. Let's get a replay. You drop, and whenever you drop, what actually happens is it actually does make it hard for the enemy to shoot you. Now, while you are sniping, do not stand still. They will hit you. Now, around the map in various locations, there are police stations and, like, gun stores. If you enter these, they do have a place where you can refill your ammo. It is actually very good, because when they refill your ammo, it won't refill it completely, but it will refill it partially, right? And I also will be making a completely separate video about loadouts. Now, you guys do not want to pull a me and hit things like in that clip right there. It can cause you to actually die. Now, as you can see, I'm in the truck again. I find trucks the best, not because they're big or anything like that. I enjoy them because they have tons of health, makes it hard for people to shoot you, and they're actually pretty fast for their size. Now, as you can see, that person glided, and I went straight down. So they do actually have a weight difference, right? So if you're in a bigger car, it weighs more. If you're in a smaller car or whatever, it weighs less. Now, realistically, if we're all talking here, the truck obviously weighs more, so it drops more. But the truck can also climb over many, many things that a normal car cannot, which is also another nice little advantage. Now, if you do hit somebody that's in another car, it will not actually affect them that much. It will more or less slow you down rather than an enemy, right? So if you run them over, it won't really do much. Now, this person, I hit them, and when you hit somebody, it will automatically down them. The only way that it will instantly, kill them is if you obviously, if they have no teammates or you run them over again. As you can see, I accidentally hit Real Lime Slime. You guys should go and subscribe to him if I haven't said that already. I accidentally hit him, and it actually stopped him dead in his tracks. That was because I ran in front of him, and he, got like shoved under my car. Which is basically kind of like the only thing that can realistically happen, but like not there isn't a lot of car physics when it comes to you guys hitting each other, right? And I will also, inside of my loadout video, I will also be showing what cars are the best and what cars are the worst. One thing that I can tell you though is in this game it is tons of fun, but the storm is not fun. The storm isn't like in Fortnite or Apex or any of these other games that have storm. This storm is literally deadly. You go in that storm for about 5 seconds and you are screwed. You are dead. Right? The only way you can survive a little bit longer is if you have a gas mask. The gas mask only lasts for a little bit of time, right? Now, if you have stim, right, you do have to unlock stim. You actually like stab yourself with it, and it actually bring your health back up. Now, as you can see, I just got a gas mask, but on the bottom right of my screen, I have a UAV. It allows you to see anybody that's like, I guess, like in your range, right? It allows to see anybody that's like around you. Now, that is useful, but a funny thing that you can actually do is if you have 3 teammates, if you all call in the UAV at the exact same time, what actually happens is you get an advanced UAV, so you can see everybody on the whole entire map, right? Now, I can't tell you, cars in this game are very fun to drive, but also kind of dangerous because you do get in places that you cannot get out of, right? Now, later in this footage, you'll be seeing I will be going outside of that dotted red line. What actually happens when you do that is you basically get you basically have 5 seconds to get out, and if you don't get out in those 5 seconds, I'm pretty sure it insta kills you. I've never had it happen to me before, but I'm pretty sure it insta kills you. As you can see, I will be going out, and it only gave me 5 seconds, right? And I turned out as quick as I could, and I dodged the bullet by 1 second, right? But one thing that I can say, tons of things, but Warzone is very fun. Just be I guess aware of everything and try to not get into storm. Try to avoid people if you're not really the best at the game. Also, as you can see, my truck is at very low health, but I was more focused on going to circle rather than actually caring about my health, so I didn't realize it, which is a very, very bad mistake, because actually what happens when you're not paying attention like that, it does actually cause your truck to get destroyed and you die instantly. Now, as you can see, my teammate Lime Slimer ish, he actually died. He got, I don't know, oh yeah, his car blew up, right? And I would have to revive him if I wanted to, get him back, right? But I wouldn't have enough time to revive him. It's because there was too many people. Now, he did tell me that there was people over there, and I wanted kills, right? So I went around over here where it would be harder for people to see me, and I jumped in, But little did I know, there was no way out of here. And the only way out of here would be to go into storm and then across the bridge. So then I tried to jump up on the rocks and I died. So that's what I mean by always be aware of what you are doing, because it can be a life or death situation, right? And if you are not paying attention, the chances of you dying are very, very, very high. Now, I did die, but yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. I will see you guys next time I see you guys, and peace. Have a good day, rest of your day. Peace.